How many of these did you bring down?
4. More than enough.
We're going to need another 2.
2 more? Why? Who have we got today?
Colonel A.D. Wintle, MC.
Never heard of him. Oh, looks busy.
Excuse me, Colonel. Actually, that's my chair.
Oh, it's perfectly all right, dear chap. You can have mine. I'm quite happy here. Extraordinary thing, you know, when I did This Is Your Life television program, they did their darndest to hide these things. What it was, you see, that they didn't want the contraption to appear on the television screen. I think that was it, you see.
If you're ready, Colonel Wintle.
Yes, I'm ready. What are you waiting for?
Recording.
Do you want me to start talking, or are you going to ask me a question?
I'll just introduce you.
Fine.
Our castaway this week is a soldier, a writer, and an individualist. His adventurous career, his gallantry, and his lack of respect for the dull and chairborne have earned him a great reputation. Often referred to as the last Englishman, he is Colonel A.D. Wintle, MC.
Hello.
Yes, dear.
Glenfiddich, please.
Glenfiddich? Right you are.
Could I have a bottle?
A bottle of Glenfiddich.
That's right.
All right, then. That'll be, £6, 5 shillings. Been to a funeral, haven't you? Someone close?
Not really close, no.
Well, a friend, then.
Do you know, he never said a kind word to me in his entire life. But, yes, I suppose he was a friend. Wintle. Lieutenant Colonel A.D. Wintle of the Royals.
Do you ever listen to the radio?
No, not really. No, I'm too busy, you see. That's the thing of it. I don't have the time. Besides, I find I'm more interested in other things, like concrete mixing, for example. I mix a lot of concrete. As indeed does my wife. She, too, likes to mix concrete in Kent.
Quite, Colonel.
Can you hear me through there? Can you hear what I'm saying through that glass?
Please.
Very good.
Now, I was asking you about the First World War.
Oh, yes. Well, your question implies that you think there were 2 world wars. Well, I'm not of that opinion. As far as I'm concerned, there was only the one war with the Germans. It lasted 31 years, with a sort of lull in the middle while they regrouped.
Now, you were commissioned in just 4 months, I believe.
Well, when your country needs you, there's no sense in hanging around. My father was a military man, and from an early age I'd read extensively on military history and strategy and so forth. So by the time I got to the front, I already considered myself to be an experienced soldier.
Come on, run, man!
hell's that? Wintle! Get your bloody head down!
Weren't you ever afraid?
No, I was in the cavalry.
So what?
Well, I was often frustrated. It's very tiresome hanging around and there's no real action. By which I mean the action of going forward, you see? Precisely during these tedious long hours that accidents will happen, you see? Come on! Come on! Come on! Heave your English horse, damn you! Heave! There you go! Heave! Come on! That's it! Heave!
And now your first choice of music.
Try not to move. You're in hospital, but you're going to be all right. Now, shush, shush. I'm sorry?
The horse, is it all right?
I'll just go and get the doctor.
No, there's no need just to see. I'm fine. I just wanted to know how the... God, blasted woman.
And the horse. Was it hurt?
Well, mercifully, the horse was unscathed, but I took a bit of a clattering.
Well, Lieutenant, you should have been killed. As it is, you've lost the sight of one eye, 2 fingers from your left hand, your knee bone, and...
Yes, Doctor, I think we can forget the inventory. What I want to know is, how soon can I get back to the front?
That's out of the question. You're being sent back to England.
What?
On the next ship.
This may have escaped your notice, Doctor, but there is no fighting to be done in England.
I'd have thought you'd had enough fighting for one war.
Now, you listen to me, Doctor. I may have made a silly arse of myself by letting myself get blown up, but I'm not going to let myself get sent home.
You don't have any choice.
You can't keep me here!
No? We'll see.
Bloody prick.
Getting out of the hospital wasn't easy. The doctors were determined to bugger about in my wounds, you see. So I came up with a plan of escape, which at the time I thought was foolproof.
I'm told there are already 40,000 cases, and the numbers are rising. They're setting up a royal commission. Not that that'll do any good. The first case of syphilis I treated was in Egypt. I'll never forget the poor chap's face. Mr. Wintle, will you please get back into bed?
Bugger. I don't know. I suppose it might have been the monocle. Anyway, they told me they're going to put me on a charge over this, so it became all the more imperative that I get out.
Doctor, come with me. This time, I think we've lost him. The matron saw him climbing over the wall.
Oh, well, we need the bed.
Oh, that man. Honestly. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Nurse, Second Lieutenant Wintle has seen action at Ypres, the Somme, Le Bessay, and Festubert. He captured the village of Vest single-handed and almost certainly get the military cross. I would have said he's a man who knew exactly what he's doing.
Listen. What? You can hear the birds. When did you last hear the birds?
It's over.
You can believe that if you want to. I don't. This piece of theirs is paper thin and paper's all it's worth.
It's over for me.
Not for me. You wait and see. They'll be back, the bloodthirsty posh.
So on your return from India in 1934, you were in hospital in Aldershot following a riding accident.
Yes, that's right. I've often said that it's impossible for a man to be unhappy on the back of a horse. I suppose I should have added that being thrown off the back of the self-same horse is a rather less pleasurable experience, particularly if one lands in a hard place.
We've only got another 3 tapes.
I told you.
Well, maybe somebody should tell him he only gets half an hour.
Well, they could always leave out the music.
Yeah.
And the chappie asked me what are my 3 favourite animals. I didn't know what the blazes to answer, so I don't know. A horse, and a horse. He said, well, surely isn't that rather unfair to your dog? Well, my dog doesn't listen to the radio any more than I do, so I don't think he can be offended.
You were in hospital in Aldershot?
When was this?
Following your riding accident.
Oh, yes, I am damn for showing off. You can't blame the horse. That's an outrageous accusation. I think you should retract it.
Now, it was here that you actually told a man to stop dying. How did you go about that?
Now, you're talking about Mays, aren't you? One of my troopers. Yes, well, I wasn't going to have it. I spent a lot of time on him, training him and so forth, and the scoundrel was going to die on me. Dashed untidy thing to do, you see.
I say, Doctor, can you tell me what's happening here?
Well, he's a trooper in the Royal Dragoons band, diphtheria and mastoiditis. We've done what we can, but I'm afraid it's all up with him.
What? The Royal Dragoons? What's his name?
Mays.
Mays! Can you hear me? What's all this nonsense? Don't you know it's an offence for a Royal Dragoon to die in bed? You must stop dying immediately. Do you hear?
Sick man!
Well, somebody had to tell you.
Will you please go back to bed?
Doctor?
Mays! Mays! When you've stopped all this malingering nonsense, get your bloody haircut.
I was actually too afraid to die. You know? I was only 16.
I don't blame you. He sounds a complete monster.
Oh, no. No, he paid for me to go to a place to convalesce. Out of his own pocket, yeah.
And the trooper, Cedric Mays, he's all right?
All right. I wouldn't say that, but he's alive, if that's what you mean.
Now, you were born in Russia.
Yes, but only because my mother happened to be there at the time.
You're not of Russian parentage?
No, good heavens, no. I have to say that I believe passionately in the English and the English way of life, you see. And it is inconceivable that I could have been born anything else.
And yet you were educated in France?
Yes, that's right. That's how I come to speak fluent French. As a matter of fact, in my primary certificate, I came top of the whole of France with 99%. I can still remember telling my father this news.
He must have been very proud.
Oh, not a bit of it, no. He gave me a damn good wigging. Said if I hadn't been slacking, I'd got 100%. Not a very kind man, my father. Not really, no.
Now, I'd like to move on.
But I suppose he taught me a valuable lesson.
What?
A profound mistrust of adults. Particularly those in positions of authority, and that is something that has never changed.
Have you seen today's paper, Colonel?
Yes, it's a good show. Damn good show.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Whittle? £800 million voted for defence. That ought to make the Germans sit up and think.
I doubt it, sir.
What?
It's a drop in the ocean compared with what the Germans are spending. Generally, I'd say our position was pretty bloody. You seem to forget, Wintle, we're not actually at war with the Germans.
And never will be.
I'm still at war with the Germans, sir. Whatever bogus ideas others may have on the subject.
Bogus ideas, eh? You are as insolent, Wintle, as I was warned you would be. Don't you think it's about time you learned some respect for your superiors?
With respect, sir, the Royal Dragoons have no superiors. And damn few equals either, for that matter.
You take a pride, do you, in being this rude?
No, sir. I make my business never to be rude to anyone below the rank of brigadier. But you're so blinkered, I've decided to make an exception.
What did you say? What? Wintle! You're on special attachment to the French Air Force, aren't you?
Yes, sir. I'm with General Mondigal.
Yes. Yes, well, you'll hear more about this.
Thank you, sir.
Joe! Whiskey and soda.
They will send you home, you know. You are treading on the wrong toes. You should learn tact.
I'm afraid tact is something I'm not very practiced at, General Mondigal.
Quite. Well, I will be sorry to lose you. I want you to make me a promise.
Sir?
The Germans are on their way. Why does nobody else see it? There is going to be a catastrophe. France will fall. You know just about every senior officer in the country. If together we could just find a way to get our pilots to England. Well, somebody has to do something. Promise me, Wintle. When the worst happens, you will return.
You have my word on it, sir.
Mondigal was right, of course. When the storm finally broke, I was determined to stand by my word.
Sir, I don't think you understand me.
I understand you perfectly, Major. The trouble with you, Wintle, is that you're unorthodox. And unorthodox is something a British officer should not be.
Just listen to me, sir.
I have listened to you, Wintle, and the answer is no. You made a bloody nuisance of yourself all around Whitehall, but this is the end of it. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir. I understand you perfectly.
Angela, door.
All I understood was that I had somehow to get to Bordeaux, where I'd arranged to rendezvous with General Mondigal, you see. And with his authority and my contacts, there was still a slight chance we could get some of the French Air Force out before it was too late. All I had to worry about was the firing squad if we failed, you see. How soon can you prepare an airplane for takeoff?
Sir?
Sauerkraut.
I'm sorry, sir.
The code word is sauerkraut. I'm Major A.D. Wintle. Haven't you had your orders from London?
No, sir.
Signed by Air Commodore Boyle himself. You're to prepare an airplane to take me immediately to Bordeaux. Absolute secrecy must be observed. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Well, get on with it.
Sir.
Pieces of string.
Yes, sir. Sauerkraut, sir. I believe it's a sort of German cabbage, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, hurry up!
To be stopped at all costs!
secure one of His Majesty's aircraft with what turns out to be a letter from your dentist?
I beg of you, sir, listen to me. I must make that flight. Don't you see? It's not too late. We could still salvage half the air strength of France.
What's going on in France is none of your business. God's sake, there are proper channels.
Channels? You talk to me about channels? Don't you realize blood is flowing in France, not ink, blood?
Nothing to do with you. You just do what you're told and get out.
How dare you?
You heard me.
It's spineless, incompetent bureaucrats like you that have brought the disaster of this war on our heads. You should be shot.
What?
In fact, I'll do it myself. Bugger. Missed.
You were one of the last people to be locked up in the Tower of London, I believe.
Yes, that's right. Yes. Well, if you're going to go to prison, the Tower's the place. Had some wonderful dinner parties there, at my own expense, of course. A particularly good duck in aspic, I recall. I was almost sorry when the time came for my court-martial.
Major Wintle, you are charged with threatening a senior officer. This is a very serious offence. How do you plead?
Not guilty, sir.
You deny the incident took place?
No, sir. But I deny that Air Commodore Boyle is my superior officer, or indeed anyone else's. Furthermore, I refuse to apologize for my actions. Had I been allowed to complete my mission, the French Air Force would not now be in enemy hands. As for Mr. Boyle, he is merely an inconsiderable civil servant, improperly dressed in His Majesty's uniform. I will, if it pleases the court, plead guilty to a charge of civil assault. I will also plead guilty to desiring to shoot a number of short-sighted senior officers and politicians who I'll now be very happy to name.
No, Major, there's no need for that. I have to say that civil assault is an entirely different kettle of fish. I'm not even sure it comes within my jurisdiction.
He could have killed me. Well, he could.
I was found guilty and sentenced to a severe reprimand. Which, of course, is no sentence at all. I don't know what happened to Boyle. I don't suppose the poor fellow ever quite got over it.
Now, it was shortly after this that you were sent into occupied France.
Yes, that's right. Well, it was quite a dangerous mission, actually. And what it was, I had to make contact with the underground and report on the condition of British POWs in France, you see. And for this purpose, I was disguised as a down-and-out French schoolteacher. Very shabby customer.
Blasted jerry machinery.
Bonjour. Bonjour. Je pourrais avoir un verre d'eau. La pompe est là-bas.
Vous avez votre prix à vous.
Oui, mais il est tari. Vous êtes Winkle?
Oui, vous êtes Étienne?
Malheureusement, Étienne n'a pas pu se libérer.
Comment Étienne n'est pas là?
Allez, vite.
Allez.
Allez.
Please, sit down. I prefer to stand, thank you.
As you wish. Cigarette?
Oh, thank you.
My name is Maurice Molière. I'm Commandant of the Fort Sainte-Catherine. I hope I can count on your cooperation.
My cooperation? Are you mad? Do you really think I'm going to stay 1 minute longer than I have to in this pathetic excuse for a prison? Let me assure you, Monsieur Molière, as long as I'm holding the King's commission, I'm going to do everything in my power to escape.
It took me 3 weeks. The lock on my cell door was antique, you see. It was Napoleonic. And I got out onto the roof and down onto the ground by means of a makeshift rope, all pretty straightforward stuff. The problem was getting out of the country. Don't forget, I was in the middle of Vichy France. Damn frog traitors everywhere. I was on the run for 5 days, you see. I was getting pretty ripe. So I needed a bath, and I booked into a hotel. Not a good idea in retrospect.
I just don't understand you, Major. If you're going to be exchanged anyway...
Of course you don't understand, Monsieur Molière. I'm doing my duty.
Down!
Just a moment. I wish to protest under the terms of the Geneva Convention.
You wish to protest? What about?
The state of this prison. Look at that guard. Shoddy uniform, unshaven, filthy boots. You're not much better yourself. Food all over your face. The whole place is a pigsty, not fit for a British officer.
That is enough, monsieur.
No, it's not. I'm formally announcing my intention to go on hunger strike until I have a cell and a guard, and for that matter, a commandant worthy of my rank and nation.
If you don't eat, you'll die.
Yes, that's very perceptive of you, Monsieur Molière. I will die. And what'll happen to your hostages then, you see? Maybe you should think about that. Left and shut. No, thank you.
Je ne peux rien faire avec lui. Et c'est vous-même si vous voulez. Allez-y.
Mais qu'est-ce que vous faites là? Vous n'avez rien à faire? Il y a beaucoup de boulot par ici. Vous êtes en vacances ou quoi? Anyway, I'm not hungry.
Major Wintle, it's been 13 days now. 13 days, please! I've had this brought to you out of my own pocket. Let's sit down and discuss this like gentlemen.
No, thank you.
But look at all this food. Prepared by my personal chef. Can you really resist it?
Thank you, Monsieur Molière, but you're too late.
Too late?
It's 7:30. And I'm not on a hunger strike. I always dine at 7 o'clock, you see.
Ah, ça vous fait rire, idiot! Pourquoi pas faire comme il dit et montrer un peu d'amour-propre? Vous êtes dégoûtant!
D'ailleurs, tout est dégoûtant par ici.
Come on, Daniel!
Oui.
Yeah. I met that Mollier after the war, you know. Do you know what he told me? After Wintle had escaped, he made it this time, by the way, Mollier took 280 of his men and joined the resistance. He was so ashamed of himself, you see.
So what did he do then, after the war?
Wintle? He got a house in Kent. He got married. I used to visit him sometimes. Yeah.
Morning, Colonel.
Ah, is that you, mate? I didn't recognize you with all your face funkers, you see. What do you think?
Oh, splendid. Absolutely splendid.
Yes, past their best, of course. My floral grenadiers. No, the flower quite like them, you see, so... upright. Those will have to go, of course.
Oh, the French marigolds. What's wrong with them? They're rather nice.
They're not English, that's what's wrong with them. I only ever planted English seeds in this garden. I don't know how they had the impertinence to grow there. You staying for lunch?
Well, yes, if I'm invited.
I can't think of any good reason why not. I finished here. I think we should go inside and do something serious. Gin, I think.
Well, why not?
I thought you were a Matelot, you see.
Well, what with my beard?
You got a down to some skin condition or...
No. It was just...
No, that's incorrect. We had two air raid shelters, you see. One for myself and one for my wife. We built these edifices with our bare hands. Devil of a job putting them up. Blasted planners and council people interfering all the time, you see. Everyone's on the make.
If I can interrupt you there,
What
Colonel
is the
Wintle.
take? On the make or on the take? One or the other. Oh, probably both, I don't know. Yes.
Colonel Wintle.
What?
I'd like to take you forward to 1947, when you fell foul of the authorities in what would become a rather celebrated case.
Ah, yes, you're referring to that solicitor chap, aren't you? Well, I was just coming to that when you interrupted me, you see. Where was it? I've forgotten my train of thought now with all your blasted interruptions. Yes, what it was, my sister, Marjorie, had for many years been looking after an elderly relative, a Miss Kitty Wells, who, in the fullness of time, died, as is often the case with elderly people, leaving a rather complicated will, an unnecessarily complicated will.
And the main beneficiary was the solicitor who had actually drawn up the will.
That's right, Frederick Harold Nye. Marjorie gets bugger all, and this chap Nye walks off with £115,000.
Well, that's monstrous. Can't you, contest the will or whatever it's called?
Well, Marjorie could, but she won't. I can't because I'm not legally involved, you see.
And surely it's a matter for the police.
I've written to the police, and MPs, Law Society, and the press. Although everyone accepts that the chap has behaved dishonourably, he hasn't actually done anything illegal, you see. It's all very difficult.
Well, then, what are you going to do?
I thought I'd thrash him with a horsewhip. Marjorie talked me out of that. But I still think the right way to go about this is to get the case out into the open, into the press.
How?
So what I did was, I held this chap Nye up at gunpoint, debagged him, photographed him in his underwear, you see, and flew his trousers from my own private flagpole. It'll be a sad day for Britain when a man will not risk going to prison for his womenfolk.
Lieutenant Colonel Wintle, you have pleaded guilty to the perpetration of a violent and carefully planned assault. You will go to prison for 6 months.
Gentlemen of the press, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Mr. Wintle, have the 6 months passed quickly?
Were you very bored? I'm never bored when I'm present.
Mr. Wintle, do you actually believe you've achieved anything?
Absolutely. The case of Frederick Harold Nye was raised at my trial. The first time it's been heard in an English court.
Yes, well, heard and thrown out.
Yes, but with the attendant publicity, various cousins of Miss Kitty Wells have assigned me an interest in the estate. This now means that I can contest the will on their behalf.
How much do you stand to make, Mr. Wintle?
I'm not doing this for the money, sir. My assignment is purely nominal and I won't make a penny. I would say, however, that if I lose, I stand to lose everything. Goodbye.
Lieutenant Colonel Wintle, you have stated publicly that you dragged Mr. Nye into court in order to expose him. I think you should pay for that pleasure. I'm awarding costs against you.
There's an old cavalry motto, keep trotting. If in doubt, gallop. Gallop ahead, and that's what I decided to do, you see. 6 months later, my case came up before the Court of Appeal, and it took 8 days of legal argument, after which the judge summed up in just 8 words.
In my opinion, the appeal should be dismissed.
This'll amuse you, Mays. This is the area of the garden I call the House of Commons, you see. Polyanthus, pansies and pinks.
Are you totally ruined, A.D.?
Yes. The house is mortgaged. We've had to sell furniture, pictures, silver. It's Dora I feel sorry for, poor woman.
What are you going to do?
I don't know, Mays. It's a problem. It really is. What have I done? But still they don't understand the case, Mays. Hold yourself in readiness for a counterattack. We're going to remount, march, and appeal at the House of Lords.
And now, can I have your last record, please?
Certainly. It's a hymn for all the saints. Played with the proper tune, if you please. That's the one. Well done. Well done, that man. Good show, mate. Can we have a cup of tea?
That'd be just the job, sir.
Yes. Put the kettle on, Roger.
We don't get any joy out of that. We've had it. I think I'll roll over and die like an old dog.
Absolute rubbish, sir. You won't do that. We'll come home and have a nice cup of tea.
Or something stronger?
Well, yes, that's the stuff to give the troops.
My lords, 10 years ago I set out on a course of action that brings me here today. The facts are before you. Miss Wells came into this world with nothing, and she left it with nothing, you see. And in the intervening years, she amassed a considerable fortune. According to the terms of the will drawn up by her solicitor in his office and witnessed by his clerks, you see, the great bulk of that fortune was left to that solicitor. Did Miss Wells know that he was going to get it? And if she did she have full knowledge of the amount?
My lords, for all his talk, Colonel Wintle has not produced a shred of evidence that Miss Wells was unclear as to the effect of her will and the destination of her assets. Colonel Wintle has a reputation as a troublemaker. What he does not have, it seems, however, is any training in law. This is quite evident in that he has obviously not understood the will or its implications.
Precisely. And if I don't understand it, having studied it for 10 years, would it be presumptuous to suggest that the elderly and somewhat simple Miss Wells did not understand it either, you see? Do you even understand it, my lords? Was it a will that was written to be understood?
Very pleased, very much. It's a vindication of everything we've been trying to do for the last 10 years, so it's very pleasing. I think we ought to press on. Yes.
What do you plan for the future?
Just have a rest now, get into the garden and do a bit of concrete mixing and that sort of thing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. My God. It's like the front all over again.
Tell me, Colonel, what do you think of Elvis Presley, sir?
Elvis who?
Elvis Presley.
Oh, I don't know the chap. Was he one of my men? Was he a trooper, was he?
Oh, he's a pop singer.
Oh, he's a pop singer. No, I don't know about all that.
What in the blue blazes have you been doing here, mate? They've all been cut to the same length. They should be stacked correspondingly, you see. They should be flush. And that one there, it's proud, there. That, yes.
Are you all right, sir?
I feel a little unwell, Maze. I think I'll go inside.
Yes, why don't you go inside, sir? And if you're thinking about making your will, sir, you will remember me, won't you?
Do you think I'm going to die, Maze?
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, my word. That is a sobering statement. In that case, I'll charge you with a most solemn undertaking. Should I predecease you, you will arrange for the band of the Royal Dragoons to play for me in the Cavalryman's Chapel in Canterbury Cathedral, you see? Tell them it must be stanchion, Schubert's Serenade.
Certainly, sir.
It's just occurred to me. If neither the band nor the trumpeters are available, you'll have to sing the whole lot yourself, mate.
Well, consider it done, sir.
If they let you in with that fungus all over your face.
But they're all in Germany. The whole bloody lot of them. Band, trumpeters, they've all gone. Well, I better be off then.
Good luck.
Woman. Warm entreaty softly pleading through the night to thee.
Say when all is calm and silent, dearest, come to me. Whispering branches softly murmur through the moonlight clear. Through the moonlight clear. Let thy pity then restore me, dearest, thou art near. Oh, I tremble lest I lose thee, lest I lose thee. Come and bless me here. Come and bless me here.
Now, as well as the Bible and Shakespeare, you're allowed one book.
Ah, yes. Well, I'd like a very large blank book, so that I could write in it, you see. Inexhaustible.
And one luxury?
Ah, yes. Well, I've been thinking about this, and what I'd like is a jolly good dog whip.